Yeah, good evening. So in the last session, we covered few points about what is data type, what is different type of the operators JavaScript provides. We have seen some examples also to understand the concept of the operators. So in today's session, we are going to discuss one of the important topic in JavaScript, that is control statement concept. If you have idea about C, CPP, Java, in that also we have the same concept with the same name, control statement concept. Theoretically, the concept is same, whatever it might be the language. Theoretically, the concept is same. Okay, but the implementation is different. The syntax is different from language to language. So if you understand the syntax, then you can easily write the code in any programming language. Now, let us start the control statements concept. Before start control statements concept, first you must understand what is the need to use control statement concept. What is the need to use control statements? As of now, we have seen some programs. In those programs, what we covered, the execution sequence is in which sequence we have written the code. In which sequential order we have written the code, the execution also will be in the same order. But sometimes you may have the requirement like I want to skip some statements, or I want to execute statement or statements repeatedly until some point, until reaching this some point. So like that, you may have the different requirements. Whenever you have these type of the requirements, we can go for the concept control statements or conditional statements. Okay. Then JavaScript supports different type of the conditional statements. In that, coming to the selection statements, or you can say branching statements, or branching with conditional statements. All these words are valid. Those are if statement, if else statements, if else if statements. These are conditional statements operator, or you can say branching statements operator, or branching with conditional operator, conditional statements. We can use any word, all are valid. Let us start the discussion about these one by one. If statement. So as you know, whatever the knowledge you have about if statement in C, CPP, Java, you can write same thing in JavaScript also. No changes. Okay. If statement is used to execute a statement or set of the statements whenever the given condition becomes true. If this given condition, actually that is an expression. Expression is nothing but collection of operators and operands. Na? Just yesterday we discussed this point. What is expression? What is operator? What is operand? Okay. So if you frame any condition, for example, a less than 10. This is my condition. Where to frame the condition, we are using relative operators. Okay, relational operators. This is also an expression because we have operator less than and one operand a, another operand is 10. One operand a is variable, another operand 10 is constant value. Okay, expression is a collection of operands and operators. So like that, generally we use conditions in place of the expression while working with if statement. If this condition is true, then the statement or the set of the statements will be executed. In this, you must understand that if the condition becomes false, we are not specifying any particular task here. We are discussing about only one path, that is true path. If the expression is true, what we need to implement? That case only we are covering here. What happen if the expression is false? We will cover in if else statement. Okay. If this condition is true, then this will be executed. If this condition is false, this statement will not be executed. That's it about simple if statement or if statement. Okay. If the condition is true, statement is executed. If the condition is false, statement is not executed. That's it. See example JavaScript code, how to implement if. As we covered, we can write the script, JavaScript code in the HTML tag, starting tag, and ending tag. Okay, we need to write in the reverse order. Next, body tag and body closing tag. Difference is just we add forward slash for the ending tag. This is the body starting tag and body ending tag. Now within the body tag, if you want to write the script tag in head tag, that is also valid. But generally, whenever you are working with functions concept, we write the script in head part, any event handling. Okay, like if you want to execute any particular task when you clicked on any button, or when you type something, or when you using mouse over, like that, depending on the events, depending on the actions. If you want to do any particular task, in such cases, you use functions concept. Those functions are suggestible to write in the head part. Okay, but in this example, I'm not using any functions concept because we didn't cover functions concept as of now. I will cover in the next session. But in this session, we are discussing about control statements concept only. That's why I'm writing the script tag in the body tag. It is suggestible. Now, script. As covered already, this is optional part. Type text to JavaScript optional, no need to write. Okay. Don't write this comment line also. Right? Then within the script tag, creating the variable by using the keyword var. Of course, you can create the variable with help of the keyword let also. But the major difference between var and let and var variable keyword, that is var, is used to declare local variables as well as global variables. But generally, let keyword is used to declare only local variables. So you can use var keyword anywhere. Okay, right. var variable name is age, storing the value 20 in the variable age. After that, we are implementing conditional statement, one of the conditional statements, that is if statement. If is a keyword. Within the parenthesis, we need to frame an expression. In this case, the expression is in a condition. And what are the operators we need to use to frame the conditions? Relational operators. What are the relational operators provided by the JavaScript? Less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, is equal to, not equal to. Okay. All are called relational operators. So here I'm using one of the relational operator, that is greater than. Now, if age greater than 18, so here the purpose of this code is we are checking whether a particular person qualifies or not for the driving. So as per the rules, we know if the person's age is greater than 18, then the person may qualifies for the driving. That is minimum eligibility criteria. For that, we are framing the condition like if age greater than 18, then I want to print. So as we covered, we can use document.write or console.log to print something on the web page. So document.write within the double quotation marks, B indicates bold. Okay. I want to print this text in the bold format. Otherwise, if you remove it, it won't give any effect on the code. Qualifies for the driving. Okay. Qualifies for driving will be displayed when if age is greater than 80. And if you observe, what is the age we assign to the variable age? 20. Obviously, 20 is greater than 18. Yes, this is true. If it is true, this code will be executed. Okay, whatever the code we have written within if block, nothing but within open and closing braces of the if, that will be executed. What we have in that? Qualifies for driving. So if you run this code, you will get qualifies for driving in bold because the age value is 20, 20 is greater than 18. The condition becomes true. Script tag is closed, and within the body tag, I am writing one paragraph. If you want to write one paragraph, we use the tag P, P tag that is used to create a paragraph. So in the form of the paragraph, I want to print like set the variables to different values and then try. So this is for only user purpose who are working with this code. If you change the values, you will get different outputs now. For example, if the age value is changed as 5 or 10, let us say 10, age assignment 10. So if you observe the if condition, if you observe the if condition when you assigned 10 to the age, 10 greater than 18, obviously it becomes false. 10 greater than 18 is false. So in the case of the false, this block will be ignored. The statement or statements, whatever you have in the if block will be ignored. So this will not be executed. It comes out from the if block. This is the ending point of the if block. Na? It comes out from this if block. And if you have any statement or statements out of the if block, those will be executed. In this example, we have the code, right? That is, set the variables to the different values and then try. So this will be printed as it is because we are not using any condition for this. Okay, so when it falls, qualifies for driving will not be displayed on the screen. When it becomes true, sorry, qualifies for driving will be displayed. And set the variable to different values and then try will be printed in all cases, in true case and in false case because that is out of the if block. What is the statement or what are the statements we have within the if block? Those only will be changed depending on the condition value. I think it's clear, very simple, I hope. Now, next, what is the disadvantage of the if statement? If you observe, we are not handling the false case. We are handling with only true case. For example, listen carefully. For example, if I remove this, if I remove this statement, okay, and if this condition becomes false, when it becomes false, for example, age value is 10, let us say. I stored 10 in place of 20. Okay, 20 will be stored in the age. So 10 greater than 18, that is false. If it is false, this will not be executed. Na? This will be skipped. It comes to the ending point and script close. We are assuming that we don't have this statement and body close, HTML close. So if you run this code, you won't get any output, a blank screen, a empty web page. So you cannot understand what's happening in the code, right? Of course, as a developer, you may know it. The condition becomes false. That's why you are not getting any output on the web page. But as a user also must understand what's happening in the code. This is one of the drawback what the if statement has. Okay. Then how to overcome this? We can use if-else statement where we can handle both cases, true case and false case. Whenever the condition becomes false, the else code will be executed. Okay. How to understand this if else? If is a keyword, expression, nothing but we are going to write one condition in general. If the condition is true, then this if block will be executed. If the condition becomes false, then if statement will be ignored. If a block will be ignored. Directly, it redirects to else part. In the else part, what is the statement or what are the statements you have in the else part, those will be executed. So the user will get a clarity when it becomes true. We will get something. For example, he's trying to enter a PIN number in the ATM machine, let us say. Whenever the user entered a valid password, obviously the transaction will takes for the next step. If the password entered by the user is wrong, that person must get some error information. Okay, you entered wrong password. Generally, we may observe that. But even though the PIN entered by the user is wrong, if you are not displaying anything on the screen, how the user can understand about the status of your application? So the user cannot understand that what is the status of your application. So like that, you must handle successful case, unsuccessful case also. In successful case, the application must be redirected to the next step. In unsuccessful case or in false case, you must provide some information to the user. What type of the mistake done by the user, you must provide that information. To handle such type of the cases, generally we use else. Else means unsuccessful. I think it's clear. See the one example. Just go to this code within 1 minute. Right. Now see the code, if you compare with the previous code, probably same, almost same, except else part. We are writing else part here, but in the previous code we have written if code only, if part only. But here we are writing else part. Okay. Now you can observe this how beautiful the code is. You can handle two cases. The user can work with it easily. The user can understand easily, even though any mistake made by the user. Now see, for example, the age of a user is 15 and the condition is if age greater than 18. Age value is 15. 15 greater than 18. False. It evaluates to false. If the condition evaluated to false, if block will be ignored. If block will be skipped. It redirects to the else part. In the else part, whatever you have, that will be executed. Then what you have in the else part? Output statement, document.write. Within that, see, doesn't qualify for driving because the age is 15. So you must display on the screen. Suppose any user enter age as 15, you must display the information like you are not qualified for the driving. So then the application becomes a meaningful, right? So this is about if else. And coming to the next line, closing the script tag, p tag, that is paragraph tag. Irrespective of truth value of the condition, this statement will be executed in two cases. In true case also that will be executed. In false case also that will be executed. Next, if else if statement. So why we go for this? What is the advantage of this? Right. So in the previous example, we covered that we found one problem with simple if, that is we are not handling the second case, false case or unsuccessful case. So we implemented that in if else. Yes, good. But what is still, what are the disadvantages or what is the disadvantage you find in if else? One of the disadvantages is always you can implement only one condition in the simple if else. Suppose I want to write two conditions, three conditions, four conditions, and so on. But in all the provided conditions, only one conditions becomes true. For example, a student is trying to enter into the campus and the security person trying to know to which branch the student belongs to. The student might be belongs to MSc Maths or MSc Physics or Computer Science, or if the campus has BTech, CSC, EC, Triple E, Mechanical, and so on, whatever it might be. But the thing is, the student must be belongs to only one branch in general, in regular, right? In regular mode. In regular mode, there is no chance to do two courses simultaneously. Okay, generally what we observed in our society. That's why I have one requirement where I need to check all the conditions. But from all the condition, always only one condition becomes true. As per our example also, whenever a student is trying to enter into the campus, the student might be belongs to any one of the courses provided by that particular campus or university. Okay, we are going to check multiple conditions, but only one condition among those conditions becomes true. So if you have such type of the requirements, we use if else if statement. See the syntax, how to write if else if. Right. See, if expression one or simply condition one, start the braces, statement or statements to be executed if expression one is true. Okay, when the condition one is true, within the if block, you need to write the statement or statements what you want to execute if the expression one becomes true. The expression one may or may not be true. If it is true, this statement or statements will be executed. We know that, right? But second case, when it returns false, when it returns false, it is going to check the else part. Else means if the before condition, that is expression one is false, it is going to check second condition or second expression. Else if one is not. Else if expression two. So when the condition becomes false related to expression one, that is going to check second condition, that is second expression. The second expression also either true or false, depending on the condition we framed, depending on the value the variable has, that will be dependent. So depending on those factors, that might be evaluated to true or false also. We don't know that because we are not mentoring in certain values here. If that expression 2 is true, then this part will be executed. But the expression 2 may or may not be true. If it is false, then third expression 3 will be checked. That also may or may not be true. If that is also false, it is going to check last else part. So like this, you can write n number of the if else if statements. You can write n number of the if else if statements depending on your requirement. And after all else if statements, you can write else statement, simple else, only else, not with if, else. Whenever all the given conditions are evaluated to false, okay? Whenever all these conditions are evaluated to false, in that case, this else part will be executed. Okay. Just check this. See, this is the syntax. If you have the question in the final exam, how to write the answer for these questions? First, you need to write side heading, if else if statement. Purpose. In a if else if statement, we can maintain or we can write multiple conditions. Among the multiple conditions, only one conditions may be true. If all the conditions are false, then the else part will be executed. Like that, you must write in the text form. Okay. After that, you need to write the syntax. Whatever you are observing here, you need to write the syntax. Then you can write one example program, any example program, but in that you must implement if else if statement. So if you follow this method, you will get good marks. Okay. First, theoretical explanation. Next, second, syntaxes or syntax. Third step is code along with expected output. Okay. Whenever you write the code in your examination, you must write the expected output. Okay. So that is a good approach. Now, see the example code to understand the concept else if else statement. Okay. If else if statement. See within the script tag, variable book assignment mass. So this is the string variable. Okay. Book is a string variable. I am storing one string constant. How to identify this is the string constant? Because you are writing double quotation marks before the mass and after the mass. If we enclose any text or any symbols or any numbers also within the double quotation marks, that is treated as string data type, string constant, string value. So in this example, mass is a string constant. Now, I want to check whether the book is math book or history book or economics books. Okay, actually, I have a book with me. So that book is a math book. Okay, but I don't know whether that book is math book or not. Actually, that is math book, but I don't have the clarity whether that is math book or not. For that, I need to check that with the given database. How to write the code for that? If book is equal to, this operator must be called as is equal to operator. Okay, book if book is equal to mass. Okay, or you can write history first. Okay, no problem if you follow any sequential order. If book is equal to history, but actually the book is maths books, na? The value available in the book variable is maths. So if you compare that maths with history, obviously it returns true. Sorry, it returns false. So the following statement or statements won't be executed. So this will be skipped. If this condition returns false, that is redirected to the else part. In the else part, again, we have one more if condition because we are discussing about if else if statements. Else, one more if. Else space. You must give the space after else, otherwise it raises an error. Else space if. If book is maths, I am comparing the value of the book with mathematics, maths. Actually, this returns true. Okay. That's why I want to print this is maths book. Whenever the book is not maths book, it is redirected to the else. But in our example, so the book value is equals to maths, yes, that returns true. So math book will be displayed. And remaining else's will be skipped. No need to check the remaining else blocks because the if condition is evaluated and executed. So remaining if statements must be skipped. So in this case, math book will be displayed and remaining statements will be skipped. Okay. Then close the script and in the paragraph tag, you can write any simple message like set the variable to different values and then try. Nothing but you can try to give the different values for the variable book and try to execute the same code. Then you can understand what's happening inside whenever you are changing the values of the book. For example, if I stored English, if I stored English in place of the maths, then what will be the output of this code? Can anyone text? Can anyone tell me the answer using the text?
Unknown book.
Yeah, very good. So if we are assigning English as per our example, so if statement, first if statement becomes false, else if second statement becomes false, that is condition. Third condition also becomes false. Even it come we don't have any conditions now, it comes to else part. Now in the else part, we don't have any condition here. We are not using any if here. That's why if that fails in all the conditions, then obviously else block will be executed. So in the else block, we have the text unknown book. So unknown book is an output of this code. If you are assigning a value to the book other than math, history, and economics. If you assign any value, you will get unknown book. Okay, I think it's clear. Next, switch case. Then why we go for this switch case? What is the use of this switch case? So we use just now multiple if else if statements in the previous example just now. How the working nature of the if else if statement. Same way we can implement same working structure we implement in the switch case. Okay, but the problem with if else if is it is not suggestible to implement whenever you have more number of the conditions. Okay, and when all of the branches depend on the value of the single variable. Okay, so one case is you if whenever you are using more branches, suggestible to use switch case point one. And whenever the if else if statement is suggestible, this is not always the best solution if else if, especially when all of the branches depends on the value of single variable. Okay. Then starting with JavaScript 1.2, 1 is nothing but version. In JavaScript 1.2, we have the facility that is switch case statement. The mechanism, working mechanism, same as if else statement, but it is more efficiently first point. Second point is it is very easy to develop the code. It is very easy to understand the code also. If you observe the if else if code, it becomes complicated. It looks like complicated. You may not understand by taking 5 seconds or 10 seconds of the time because we are using multiple conditions. It takes some time to understand the meaning of the code. Okay, it doesn't have a good readability. But if you switch case, you can understand it easily by taking 2 or 3 seconds. That much of easy structure it has. That's why so many people give the priority to use switch case than the if else if statement. Now, then how to implement that? What is the syntax of this switch case? See the syntax. Switch is one of the keywords of the JavaScript. Switch within the parenthesis, you need to write the expression. Switch expression. And I want to tell you one more point. Expression is a combination of operators and operators. Sometimes it is a single variable also. Sometimes it is a single constant also. Okay. Single variable or single constant also, that may be treated as an expression. Now, next case within the block of the switch, we need to use the one more keyword case. All are in the lowercase letter only. Case space. We can use one value or a condition. We can write any value or any condition. After that, we must write colon symbol. Don't forget to write colon symbol. Case space is compulsory after the case. Case space condition or expression or any value colon. Then you can write any statement or statements. Okay. Then at the end of this condition one or at the end of the first case, you need to write break statement. This is the syntax, and we will cover how to write a program and what is the importance of the break statement. What happens if you are not writing break statement later on. Then after that, same manner, case, condition 2, nothing but a value, statement or statements, break. Like that, you can write n number of the cases depending on your requirement. After completion of the writing all cases, at the last, it is suggestible to use default case. Okay, you should not use the keyword case here, just default colon symbol. Then you can write a statement or statements, whatever you want to execute. Okay. And here the break statements indicates the end of the particular case. At the end of the particular case, we are writing the break statement. If they were omitted, break statement, the interpreter would continue executing each statement in each of the following cases. What does it mean? If you are not writing the break statement in any one of the cases, the execution will continue for the remaining cases also, but it is not actual purpose. That is not actual purpose of the switch case. So writing the break at the end of the every case is compulsory. Okay. Now see the flow chart. So based on the expression or based on the condition or based on the value only, we are writing several cases. With which case? With which case the expression value or simply the value is matched. Then the particular case only will be executed. Remaining all cases will be ignored, will be skipped. Okay. If any cases are not matching with the expression value, then the default case will be executed. So this is the point you must understand and you must remember also. What are the points you need to remember? Here we are going to use one expression. At the runtime, that expression value is compared with the all the cases, all the case values or all the labels of the cases you can use. If any label value or any case value is matched with expression value, that particular case only will be executed. Remaining all cases will be ignored. Okay. Next, if all the conditions, if all the cases are failed, nothing but any case value is not matched with the expression value, then the default case will be executed. You must remember these points and you must write these points in the examination. If you have switch case, this is also very important question. Okay, then see the one example code, then you can understand it in more easy way. HTML body tag as usual for every programs. Script, just open the script, that is enough. Variable name is grade. Assignment A within the single quotation marks. What does it mean? So I am creating a variable with the name grade. I am storing a character constant, a character value, single character, right? Character is nothing but that might be a letter, that might be any symbol, digit, everything. And that must be enclosed within the single quotation mark. Then only that is treated as a character constant. So the A is assigned to the variable grade. Simple. Then document.write. Just I want to print this message on the web page. Entering switch black. Nothing but we are going to enter into the switch black. That is the meaning of this text. So in the output, if you observe the output, the first statement will be executed in every case. Okay, because that doesn't have any relation with switch case. That is out of the switch case block. Now, see this. This is very important point. See this statement. Switch grade. What is the grade value? A. So now open the switch, open the block, case space A within the single quotation mark. Then, so grade value is A na, and this case value is also A. Nothing but these two are matched. Switch value is A. What is the switch value? Grade. What is the value we have in the grade? A. That grade value is matched with this case, particular case. So when these values are matched, then the particular case will be executed. So in this case, the A case A will be executed. So in the output, you will get the text good job. This is executed already. Na? Good job will be executed. After that, we have break statement. See, whenever the break statement encounters, the control comes out from the switch block. It comes out from the switch block. Directly from this break statement, it is going to redirect to the out of the switch case. This is the ending point of the switch. So it comes out at the ending point of the switch case. So no need to check the remaining cases because already case A is matched. So the statement or statements related to case A will be executed. After that break statement is being executed. Whenever the break is being executed, that controls skipped from the remaining cases. All the remaining cases are skipped. It is going to redirected from case A break statement to out of the switch case. It exit from the switch case. All these are skipped. All the remaining cases. Case B, case C, case D, case F. Okay, even default. All are skipped in this case. After the script tag, after the switch case, we have one more statement. Document.write exiting switch block. Nothing but we are going to exit from the switch block. That's why I'm writing that statement. Then close the script tag. Within the paragraph tag, we have set the variable to different values. Nothing but change the value of the grade and try to execute multiple times. You can understand the code and you can understand the logic. Close the body tag. So exiting from the switch block will always be executed because it is after the switch case. Na? So after completion of the switch case, that will be executed. That is compulsory statement. After that, set the variable to the different values and try. That is also out of the switch case. In every run, these two statements will be executed. Okay, exit switch block, set the variable to the different value and then try. So if you observe all these four lines, only this statement will be vary from run to run based on the value of the grade. In all other cases, first statement entering switch block is common, exit is common, set the variable to different value and then try is also common for all runs. Next, so like suppose if I assigned B here, okay, variable grade assignment B. Now it is going to enter into the switch block after executing the statement. Switch grade value is B.
So it will skip to others.
Yeah. So in this case A is matched with the grade. So grade value is B. B is not equal to A. So it will be skipped. So it is going to next case. And in this case value B, grade value is also B matched. Then this case will be executed. Like that, whenever the switch value is matched with particular case, that will be executed, remaining all will be skipped. And with help of the break, it comes out from the switch. Whenever all the cases values are unmatched, for example, the grade value is Z, let us say. A, B, C, D, F cases we have, no Z case. So default case will be executed unknown grade. So this is how to understand the logic of this switch case. Now, so we covered already the importance of the break statement. For example, if you are not writing the break statement, the remaining cases also will be executed even though the case is not matched. Okay. For example, if we remove all the break statements, all is break statement, and for example, the grade value is A and I am removing all the break statement. In such cases, the grade value is matched with case A. Na? So obviously good job will be displayed. That is common. That is what we are expecting. But if you remove this break statement, all the remaining cases also will be executed. That is what we are not expecting from the code. Okay, that is undesired output. Remaining cases also will be executed. Okay, so if you want to stop the execution after the particular case, you must use the break statement. That is the importance of the break statement in the case of switch case.
Sir, what is the logic if all A, B, C, D, F is not executed? It goes to
Okay.
it goes to the default. On what
Yes.
scenario and what is the condition we are logic we are following?
Yeah, only logic is what is the variable we are writing in the switch case. We are using switch case na switch keyword. For this switch code, we are giving grade. What is the value we have that is going to compare with the all cases. If
That's
that,
fine. That's fine, sir. That's fine.
okay, yeah,
My doubt is by default
yes.
when it will goes to the default condition.
Yeah, understood. Whenever all the case values are not matched with the switch value,
Okay, got it,
okay?
sir. Got it.
Yeah, then it goes for the default.
Thank you.
Right. Next. Still anyone has any doubts? Please feel free to ask your doubts. But anyway, we'll start while loop in tomorrow's session. And after the while loop, we will start functions concepts. So whatever we are discussing is very important as per your examination point of view also. Please go through the topics after completion of this session. Then you have, if you have any errors, please note it down and ask me in the next session. That still any doubts? Any queries, need to clarify? Yeah, what I suggest you is please try to execute the code also. Okay. So executing the code takes much time. That's why I'm not executing all the codes, but I have shown to you how to execute the code in the first session. Okay. Take the notepad, write the code, save it with file name.htm or HTML, and try to double click on that icon that will be executed. Just do it practically, then only you will get good knowledge. Without practicing, you may not get any programming knowledge. Practicing is compulsory to gain the knowledge in the programming,
Sir, if
right?
possible, can you share yesterday's
Yeah. I will
session?
share the complete document with you. Only one document that covers all the sessions, coming sessions and completed sessions also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, still anyone had any doubts, you can, otherwise we will end the session. Okay, fine, good. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Any doubt అడుగుదాం.
Yeah. Any doubts? Yeah, it's okay, right? Bye. Still any doubts? Anyone wants to ask, you can, otherwise. Okay, done, right?
ఏం డౌట్ అవుతాయి అంటే పనులు
Right.
చేసుకుంటా ఉద్యోగాలు చేసుకుంటూ అవుతుంది ప్రమోషన్ కోసం ఇప్పుడు గజ్జలు పోరాడు గజ్జల్లో ఫార్మసీ ఉంటాయి చూసుకోవాలి ములుగుల దాంట్లో డ్యూటీలు చేసి వచ్చి రాత్రి ఎగ్జామ్స్ అక్కడ డ్యూటీలు చేసి మధ్యాహ్నం డ్యూటీ ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తుంది వాళ్ళకి లీవులు ఇయ్యరు ఇప్పుడు చేంజ్ చేస్తున్నా ములుగు సైడ్ అటు సైడ్ మొత్తం ఫార్మసీలో పని చేస్తారు పురాణాలు